Okay, yeah, now this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish you could be here to see this. This is just unreal. Today, I'm making my way to Wusu, which is a small city about 2.5 hours west of the Xinjiang capital of Urumqi. Now, it's not a particularly famous city, nor is it one that I've had on my bucket list, but a friend invited me out and promised me a good time. So how can I say no to that? It's 1 o'clock now, and as I'm getting off the train, thankfully I know that I've got friends picking me up at the station. At this point though, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Now let's back up and give you a little context here. Wusu is better known throughout Xinjiang and the rest of China for one thing: beer. But you see, I really don't care much for the taste of beer. So when you take that away, what else is there to do in Wusu? Now that's what I aim to find out. Okay, now back to the car. Our first stop is a place that the locals affectionately refer to as the Grand Canyon. Of course, at this point, I'm starting to learn very quickly why we needed a four-wheeler to get there. You know, sadly, this was a really difficult place to get to, so it's not like this Grand Canyon is something that's meant for everybody to come and look at, but man, it's just the different type of geological formations that are happening here are something I've never seen anywhere else. I've been to the Grand Canyon, I've been to a lot of great canyons, but I've never been to something that has this type of look and this type of rock formation to it. Continuing out from the canyon, we found ourselves driving through extreme contrasts of scenery, something that the Wusu locals are very proud to make note of. Of course, you have the dry canyon area, but then we drove up through this lush green forest. And as we descended down, we found ourselves in the midst of a desert, to the point that we were even dodging camels on the road. Wow, and we are deep into the heart of Wusu right now, not too far from the Tianshan. They haven't seen a foreigner here in forever. I stopped to get registered with the police, and they didn't even know what to do with me. They hadn't seen a foreigner here all year, is what they said. So I'm just enjoying this place and trying to soak it all in. The locals call this place Kezijarhu, and they literally say that it's a guaihu, or a weird lake. It's right next to a desert. It's not too far. I mean, this whole area is just really flat land, and yet here in the middle of it is a natural lake. Our next few stops included this tree in the nearby desert that's considered to be one of the oldest in China at over 1,000 years old. And a desert scene wouldn't be complete without more shots of camels. You gotta love the beards on these guys. Interestingly, Wusu is also home to a large swath of protected marshland. And then we came across this tower that kept calling my name. So if you guys want to know something about me, ever since I was a small child, I was deathly afraid of heights. So climbing this thing has been a nightmare. The views have been okay. I wouldn't necessarily say they've been worth it, but I am holding on for dear life right now because this thing's shaking. And it was from this lookout tower that we were able to see our final destination, a desert. Now let me just pause here and say that this seemed like a good idea at the time. Okay, enough of that. Shortly thereafter, we drove ourselves back to Wusu, where I showered, and we all enjoyed a nice evening outside. All right, I'm getting hungry. Let's see what we can eat. If you've watched this far in the video, you must have liked it, so why don't you give it a thumbs up, comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to the FarWestChina YouTube channel here for more great videos to come.